You told me that you did that crazy you do. Take a romance with me. Go to the dance, oh no. You take a look at those shiny stockings. Then came along some chick with great big stockings too. And you changed your mind about me. Why? I never knew. I guess I'll have to find a new kind of guy who takes my shiny stockings too. Skitty dibbly do ya? A new guy who takes my shiny stockings too. Skitty dibbly do ya? A new guy who takes my shiny stockings too. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
And thank you for coming today. Thank you, Carol. We're so grateful to be back here in Swansea in such a lovely, lovely day. And you know, we didn't have so many of these lovely weather days. So I feel very, very grateful that we're sitting comfortably, hopefully not too sweaty, and feeling the breeze from the ocean and just the wonderful smell from there, from the grill. It's just really pleasant. Women in World Jazz. So this is as jazzy as we're going to get today. Okay, Women in World Jazz, and I'm saying world with a little bit of an emphasis because we are taking you on a tour around the world. We started with a jazzy piece called Shiny Stockings by no other than the great Miss Ella Fitzgerald, the first lady of jazz. So, what's up with Ella Fitzgerald? Let's see. She did so many things, including 14 Grammys. She was well known for her amazing ability to scat and create phrases that sounded very much like a horn player in a big band. But how did she start her way? So, when she was 15, a poor girl living in the streets in Harlem, New York, she was selected to perform in the talent show in the Apollo. And the talent show was a very respectable venue where young and striving artists could get their break. Ella did not conceive herself to be a vocalist. She thought of herself as a dancer at most. But right before her, the Edwards sisters, who were very well known for their amazing, energetic act, went dancing just before her. So on the spur of the moment, she decided that she is going to turn and come in as a vocalist. And she sang. She sang a beautiful jazz song, something that no one taught her how to do it. She just picked it up. And guess what happened? She was discovered by the Chick Webb Orchestra's arranger at the time, who just happened to sit in the audience. So he heard this talent, he connected her with Chick Webb, and that's how Ella Fitzgerald got her start. Later on, as things went, Chick Webb unfortunately passed, and Ella was taking over his big band for quite a few years, and she was one of the first women that done that, together with someone else that you might recognize her last name. Lil Hardin also had her own big band, Louis Armstrong's wife. Ella Fitzgerald managed the big band for some time. So we're so happy that we had Shiny Stocking to share with you, and onwards. We're going to go around the world, starting with where Candida's sort of hailed from.
Yes, so I'm very excited to be able to talk a little bit about this next song because as we all should know, I hope we all know here in Swansea, that July 5th, 2 days ago, of course, July 4th we celebrated U.S. independence, absolutely, but on July 5th we also celebrated Cape Verdean Independence Day, 48 years young Cabo Verde is. Yes. So I'm very happy to be able to bring this to all of you. And I'm also doing this little thing where I'm working on celebrating, having July be Cabo Verdean Heritage Month. You'll hear more about that as you see more about me later on in musical endeavors. But this song that we're going to do for you today is called Dia que Chuva Vem. And of course, I am second generation American-born Cape Verdean. Now, how many of you do not know anything about Cape Verdeans? I'm hoping that everybody here knows something, a little something about Cabo Verde. Yes? Everybody? Yes? No? Anybody don't?
How about assume that they
All right, so just very, very quickly, for those who may not, Cabo Verde, República de Cabo Verde, is a group of very small islands off of the coast of Africa, Senegal to be exact. At our roots, we are this wonderful combination of African and Portuguese with other ethnicities kind of thrown in there to give us this beautiful Creole mixture, this Creole culture that we have in our food, in our language, in our identity, and all the things in our music and all the things that we do. This person that we're going to talk about today, Tete Alinho, she had the privilege of growing up as a teenager in the 1970s when Amilcar Cabral, our Martin Luther King Jr., so to speak, was going through and helping Cabo Verde with the independence struggle. And so she was able to learn a lot from him. And one of the things that he taught was to make sure that you bring Cape Verdean culture to the forefront. And she learned that and was able to do that in a lot of her music as she was going forward. One of the things that is very prevalent about Cabo Verde is we always need rain. And so the name of the song is Dia que Chuva Vem, which means the day that the rains come. And basically what she is saying is that when the rains come, I am going to come to you and we are going to dance. I'm going to come to you and we are going to fly over the crops, and we're going to see the children smiling, and we're going to see the farmers, and we're going to see the people going back to their places jubilant because the rains have finally come. And just for a moment, Cabo Verde will feel at some ease because we have the beautiful rain. Oh, and and the worldly part of it, the mixing piece of it, is that we are going to mix a little bit of our Cape Verdean, I don't know, is it called a little bit of a coladeira-ish, with a little bit of Cuban.
So we're ready.
Okay, we're ready.
All right, so if you guys seen us before, you know that we're all about audience participation. Okay, and if you haven't seen us, come on aboard. We're going to play the clave, and we would be so very grateful if you can clap along with us, okay? And I promise that you don't have to do it for too long. You just have to wait for the cue and come right in. So the clave is the name of the rhythm that Candida just mentioned that sort of immigrated from Cuba all the way to Cape Verde and many other places, including United States. It's also the name of the sticks, okay? So the clave, and we're gonna play this, and you guys hop on and clap along. Solo is done, okay?
Dia que chuva venta pra buscar no bem dançar. dança, esperança para amanhã que tá a chegar. Diga chuva, venda, vai buscar no bem voar. Bom de esperança para nós terra que não tá mar. Tanta dança do ar, tá pensando nos meninos, tá pensando no sorriso do labrador. Onde voa uma boa e de mista crescer, tá pensando na caxixa, vem acabar de que chuva vem, para buscar no bem dançar. Dança, esperança para amanhã que tá a chegar. Que chuva venda vai buscar no bem voar. Bom de esperança para nós terra que não tá mar. Anda dança no ar, tá pensando nos meninos, tá pensando no sorriso do labrador. Anda voa na boa, vive mista crescer, tá pensando na que já vem acabar. Conta florescer, esperança te renascer, oh, da conta passejada. Esse torna a sorrir, Cabo Verde torna a florir, ser mais fácil continuar. Fica chuva bem, vai buscar com quem dançar. Dança, esperança para amanhã, que está a chegar. No bem voar, bom de esperança para nós terra não tá mar. Dança do ar, tá pensando nos meninos, tá pensando na sorriso do labrador. Anda voa na boa, vive mista crescer, tá pensando na caxixa vem acabar.
Here we go.
So before we go to our next song, can I ask somebody to get me some water by any chance, please?
Yeah, check, check,
Thank you.
check, 1, 2, 1. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2.
It looks like it's cold. Is there any that's like room temperature?
Yeah, I can give you something that's more. Take this. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Candida. It's always fun to play this song, and we've been playing it for some time, so we're having fun with it. We're gonna take you over the Atlantic and back to this side of the globe, or sort of. We, in fact, taking you to Jamaica. And we're gonna meet a musician called Shona McKenzie, who was born in 1984. Shona McKenzie has a stage name, and her stage name is Itana. Anyone speak Hebrew here? No, not today. Okay. So I was really intrigued by the name Itana because it sounded a lot like a Hebrew word, Eitana, that means the strong one. And when I looked it up, it is a nickname that she chose in a biblical word. Itana means the strong one. And the reason her stage name is so appropriate is because Shona McKenzie, Itana, did not have it easy with her musical career. She had quite a few setbacks, and in fact, she almost given up on this. She was performing here in the States and then moving back to Jamaica, opening a coffee place. And here comes a famous producer, songwriter, Carol Dexter. She goes in, the two start talking, they start making music together, and before we know it, Carol Dexter, who's a songwriter, writes a song specially for Itana, and the song called People Talk, okay? In the song, we have a little bit of a call and response, and you guys dance so well with the clave so far, and we'd like to invite you to sing along with us. So we're gonna give you the note G.
So in the chorus, you're gonna hear me say or hear me sing, "Never let them get you down," and your response is,
"Get you down." Just two lines.
"Never let them see you frown."
See you frown. Let's do it.
Okay, you think you can handle that, right?
Of course. It's all about don't listen to other people talking and discouraging you from fulfilling your dreams. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay. Yep, thank you. One, two.
People talk, that's what they do, but they don't understand how you still push and go through. Yes, they lie, then call me names. They just don't get it, how them see me, you let my head up just the same. When them see me, just keep on talking. Me don't see them, I just keep on walking. I've got my pride, me not gonna show my bad side. Some see me as a big pushover, they keep forget, but I'm gonna kill over. Oh no, not I and I will survive. Never let them get you down.
Get you
Never
down.
let them see you frown.
See you
Never let them take away your liberty. Live your life and be free. Never let them get you down.
Get you
Never let
down.
them see you frown.
See you
Never let them lead you astray. Starting today, live your life your way. When you go through heartache, when you're feeling pain, when you end up in a desert and wonder why the heck you don't rain, when them past them judgment and every word will ever stay, when them talk up the things them just mash up your life and leave your bad name. They think you're weak but them so blunder, that mind and think them leave you asunder. Don't give them that power, show them you can be stronger. Take up yourself and make the whole of them wonder how you get up when they think you keep you under. Don't believe their lies, you and I will survive. Never let them get you down,
Get you
let
down,
them see you proud.
see you
Never let
fly.
them take away your liberty. Live your life and be free. Never let them get you down,
Get you
never let
down,
them see you proud.
see you
Never let
fly.
them lead you astray. Starting today, live your life your way. Never let them get you down, never let them see you proud. Never let them take away your liberty. Live your life and be free. Never let them get you down, never let them see you proud. Never let them take away. Live your life your way. I say. Me say that.
Very nice. Wow, I was so impressed. We rarely have an audience where we just back off and, you know, give the stage to you, and this has been a delight.
I think they're all in the choir.
I bet they are. And if not, you should be.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So here we are, continuing on our grand tour around the world. This time we're going to go to the other side of the globe yet again. On the shores of the Mediterranean Sea is where I was born, in Israel. And I'd like to feature a woman that I grew up listening to her songs, and she's always been in the background of my life, sort of from childhood, growing to be a young woman, and then not so young woman. So she is like this for many, many people in Israel, because she wrote over 1,600 songs over the course of, I think it's 60 years at this point. She's in her late 70s, she's still not retired. She's going to schools and talking about Israeli music, and her name is Nurit Hirsch. Nurit Hirsch. I see Carol checking her out already. Yes, Nurit Hirsch, I'll give you the spelling. Nurit Hirsch wrote songs for many different occasions. For the theater, she wrote songs for children, she wrote songs for national events, she wrote religious songs. You might have heard her song, Hevenu Shalom Alechem, that's hers. And another song that made to be pretty famous around the world is Bashana Ba'a, and that's a song we'd like to share with you today. The message of the song is very timely. We are all in hope that the next year will bring relief in many different aspects. Relief from the pandemic, relief for our economic inequity, relief from many, many ailments, climate crisis, and many other things. The song's message is, let's go back to how it was when we sat on our porch and we watched the birds migrating in the sky, and the kids are playing catch in the fields, and everything seems very relaxed. We will see how good it will be next year. Bashana haba. I'm going to do a quick change and use an instrument that has been very popularized by many people playing folk Israeli music. This does not need introduction. I'm sure you all recognize the song, and this instrument. And it was brought in by the immigrants starting in the 1900s that came in waves after World War II in particular. And people were not having a lot of valuables, but they brought their accordions in. בשנה הבאה נשב על המרפסת ונזכור ציפורים נודדות. ילדים בחופשה ישחקו תופסת בין הבית לבין השדות. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. עוד תראה כמה טוב יהיה בשנה הבאה. Thank you. Toda Rabba means thank you, and Shukran means thank you in Arabic, two languages spoken in Israel. What did I want to tell you? I want to tell you something. Oh, yes, the Japanese. Did you notice the Japanese in there? Maybe, I don't know, because you might not be speaking Japanese or Hebrew. So we have switched to Japanese just for a moment. It's because we love languages and we love learning each other's languages. We're learning a little bit of Creole from Candida, and I'm learning, we're all learning from Rivka Japanese and some Hebrew. So Rivka found that Bashanaba was translated to Japanese, and I found that it was translated to Finnish, German, Spanish, French, quite a few languages. So that was our Bashanaba, mostly Hebrew with a little bit of Japanese. All right. I think that would be back to you, yes. Okay,
back to the States. Back to the States. We're definitely getting our miles today. We're definitely getting our miles today. So we're coming back to the States, and we're going to hang out with a songwriter by the name of Diane Warren. Has anybody heard that name? I heard it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, a couple of people. All right, so Diane Warren is a prolific songwriter. She has been touted by many as probably the most well-known female songwriter in the last at least 4 decades, which is when she started writing. She's had many Billboard #1 songs. But it's interesting when you start to think about some of the songs, because she's written hundreds, probably thousands of songs, but some of the ones that we might not know, she wrote Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion. She wrote Unbreak My Heart by Toni Braxton. She wrote If You Could Turn Back Time by Cher. And the one that most folks know by Aerosmith, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. She is also a supporter of gay rights and received a leadership award by the Point Foundation in September of 2014. Now, the song that we're going to do for you today is a song that she wrote. It was written for the 2012 celebration of the United Nations Humanitarian Day. And the song was sung on that stage by none other than Beyonce. And it was sung by Beyonce because Beyonce, in her own right, she's a prolific songwriter as well, but she is also an activist in her own right, supporting many scholarships for young women, particularly women of color, and also supporting organizations and communities abroad, particularly in Africa. So the song that we're going to do is called I Was Here. And I took to this song, actually somebody had asked me to sing this song for someone, for a celebration of life. And the song basically says that, I think all of us want to be remembered for doing the best that we can to touch someone else's life in the most positive way we can. And we want to be remembered for those things, I don't care, I don't want to be remembered for, how much money I made or whatever, or how much money I didn't make. I don't want to be remembered for those things. I want to be remembered for the hearts that I have touched, which is what this song says. And so, again, it's called I Was Here. I wanna leave my footprints in the sands of time. Know there was something that meant something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I leave no regrets. Leave something to remember so they won't forget I was here. I loved, I was here. I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I wanna say I lived each day until I died, and know that I meant something in somebody's eyes. The hearts I have touched will be the proof that I live, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I just want them to know that I gave my all, did my best, brought someone some happiness, let this world a little better just because I was here. Thank you. And so we leave the US, and now we are going to Africa, Benin to be exact. And we are going to hang out with a woman who, much like Diane Warren, is known in Africa for being prolific in her songwriting, and also being very well known in her activism. She also has been singing and performing and doing all these wonderful things in music and collaborating with different people for over 40 years. She has won 5 Grammy Awards, she has 13 albums to her name, and she is known as one of the greatest international artists in music today. She's won awards such as Time Magazine's Africa's Premier Diva. She has been noted by the British Broadcasting Corporation and listed as one of Africa's 50 most influential people ever. I am speaking of none other than Angelique Kidjo. Angelique Kidjo, make sure I get the name right. We're going to do a song called Dignity. And the song was written by Angelique and a young Nigerian composer by the name of Yemi Alade. And the song is offered as a eulogy for the lives of Nigerians during the End SARS demonstrations. And it's a call to action against brutality everywhere. You. Dignity can hurt you or heal you. Dignity, I wanna hold on to you. Were you there yesterday when the gunmen shoot men down? No retreat, no surrender. When they push you, don't fall down. We come and go. We go to sleep, we know the road. We come in peace, not in pieces. Oh yeah, yeah. Respect is reciprocal. Reciprocal, respect is reciprocal. Respect is reciprocal. It's reciprocal, respect is reciprocal. Lord, I told where they did this guy. Don't die, oh. When they look your eyes, giant of Africa. When life get better, you promised me tomorrow, but nobody sees tomorrow. When they come and shoot men down, no retreat, no surrender. When they push you, don't fall down. Then we come and we go. No destiny, no the road. We come in peace, not in pieces. Oh yeah. Think of hoping humanity. The life of pure of our insanity. So go back to all equally. Thank you.
A lot of dignity, a lot of dignity. We have been in Africa, we've been in Israel, we've been in Jamaica and the States. And now it's time to call a very, very special group of people called Women in World Jazz Junior. So raise your hand if you've seen the Women in World Jazz Junior. We're gonna give them a clap in a second. Wait. Raise, yeah, I have seen a few parents have seen Women in World Jazz Junior before. Anyone here seen them last year? A few, yes. So if you have, you might recognize them. They're a wonderful group of young musicians that have been working with us, some ever since 2020, right before the lockdown. Some has joined later on. Today we are very lucky to have two of them from two generations of Women in World Jazz Junior. Some of the older, more veteran, and another one that joined a couple of years ago, right? Ririka Tokushige is their teacher, and she's responsible for all the beautiful music that they make. But, and now I do want you to clap loud and clear, they do the effort at home, and they practice on their own without much rehearsing and coaching from us. And then they come and perform with us, so we're really, really lucky to have them. The next song that we're going to, or the opener for Women in World Jazz Junior would be Pata Pata. Pata Pata is a song made famous by no other than Miriam Makeba. Here we're still in Africa. This time we're in South Africa. Miriam Makeba was living most of her life in Johannesburg, but being an ambassador of goodwill, being an activist, being a world-famous composer and performer, she traveled all over the world. And I believe that she's considered one of the first ambassadors for Afro-pop, for African music. So while Angelique Kidjo is well known, she's traveled now, she's a contemporary composer and performer. Miriam Makeba is no longer with us, but please do check her out. We will play a song arranged by Ririka called Pata Pata. It's a dance, feel free to dance if you're so inclined. We always love dancers in the crowd, and I think you'll enjoy this one.
Natsi patapa zaku gatsan Natsi patapa zaku gatsan Natsi patapa yoma yoma Natsi patapa yoma yoma Natsi patapa yoma yoma Natsi patapa yoma yoma Natsi patapa. Pata Pata is the name of the dance they do down Johannesburg way. And everybody starts to dance when the Pata Pata starts to play. Hey! Sakugu gatsa, let's see Pata Pata. Sakugu gatsa, chubega. Let's see Pata Pata. Sakugu gatsa, let's see Pata Pata. Sakugu gatsa, chubega. Let's see Pata Pata. Yoma, let's see Pata Pata. Yoma, yoma. Let's see Pata Pata. Yoma, yoma. Let's see Pata Pata. Yoma, yoma. Let's see Pata Pata. Saturday night. It's pata pata time. The dance keeps going all night long until the morning light begins to shine. Hey! Zakuga-zan!
Let's see pata pata.
Zakuga-zan!
Let's see pata pata.
Zakuga-zan!
Let's see pata pata.
Zakuga-zan!
Let's see pata
I
pata.
hit your mama, hit your mama.
Let's see pata
I hit
pata.
your mama, hit your mama.
Let's see pata
I hit
pata.
your mama, hit your mama.
Let's see pata
I hit
pata.
your mama, hit your mama.
Let's see pata.
Diane Gately on drums.
Thank you, Women in World Jazz Junior. So we're gonna make them talk a little bit about themselves a little later. I'm just giving you a heads up, okay guys? All right, we're gonna leave Africa, go over should we go over the Atlantic? I don't know. How would you go from Africa to Japan, Rurika?
Japanese music scene. She has this amazing voice, 5 octaves. I can only sing like about octave and 1 note, something like that. Misha can sing 5 octaves. And I don't know if you remember the movie Sing. It's an animation kids movie. Anybody? Yes, yeah. So in that movie, a shy elephant girl, Mina, but she loves sing, right? So she gave a stunning performance of Stevie Wonder's song, Don't You Worry About a Thing, at the end of almost towards the end of the movie. So Misha voiced this Mina part in the Japanese version of Sing. So she's really a big hit. So she, so one song that our version of this song has this interesting section in the middle. We stop playing and then we'll do the call and response of saying hello in the different languages. So if I say hello and you say hello, 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 so that's the audience participation part. As well as the beginning part, we have this motion that we're going to start with. It's shoulder, shoulder, knee, knee, right?
Very easy.
Yeah. So we'll do that.
Now don't think of this as just a physical exercise, because when you clap, when you do this, it really gets the song groovier and groovier. It really adds a lot to the percussive sound of the song. But it doesn't work without this. Actually, Diane.
きる頬に受ける風と太陽雨星月明かり誰かが誰かを思うことでつながる幸せ君を思う幸せ願う太陽が輝く世界で共に生きる世界中であの子に一度じゃもう回れ回れ世界中でall I want to say I want my brothers and sisters everyone 世界中であの子に一度じゃもう回れ回れ everyone 世界中で all I want to say I want my brothers and sisters everyone around the world everybody get up put your hands together bring the peace forever yay everybody get up put your hands together bring the peace forever yay everybody get up put your hands together bring the peace forever whoa whoa everybody get up put your hands together every day every way let's all say hello around the world
Kapuvert. Alô?
hello
Alô?
hello
Alô?
hello
Spanish. Hola.
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 hola
Hola.
hola
Swahili. Jambo.
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 Jumbo,
Jambo.
Jumbo.
In Israel, there's a couple of languages as I mentioned before. In Hebrew, shalom.
Shalom,
Shalom.
shalom.
Very nice. And shalom also means peace. It's a multi-word. And salam.
Salam,
Salam.
salam.
That would be Arabic. A little bit of Italian. Salve.
Salve,
Salve.
salve,
Salve.
salve. Alright, we're gonna go East Asia. Chinese. Ni hao,
Ni hao.
ni hao,
Ni hao.
ni hao. This is a hard one. Alright, Korean. Ready? 안녕하세요.
Annyeonghaseyo.
안녕하세요.
Annyeonghaseyo.
Alright, in Japanese. konnichiwa,
Konnichiwa.
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 Yay.
Anyone has a different language that we haven't mentioned? There's tons of there, yes. Can you say it nice and loud and everybody let's listen really well and say it right back. Dzień dobry.
Dobre.
Dzień dobry. Wonderful. Thank you, thank you. That was Polish, yes? Polish, excellent. My grandfather used to speak Polish, but regretfully I never learned. Any other languages? Bonjour! We need to do that one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bonjour from France, yes. Anyone else? And I love your sense of rhythm, guys. Yes, they're keeping it together over there. Check them out.
Around the world. Everyone around the world. Everyone around the world. There's a place where music lives. It's in the air we breathe. Where language is and
Rose.
Thank you. Arigato. That's how we say it. Thank you in Japanese. Arigato. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple more numbers for you. We're getting close to the end, but before we do our thank yous and we're gonna get a conga line, beware, it's coming. We would like our juniors to introduce themselves, so we're gonna give them the microphone and they're going to just say whatever they feel like sharing today. Starting with their instrument, I don't know, whatever, guys.
My name is Layla. I play the alto saxophone, and I'm going into 9th grade.
My name is Fiona. I am a rising junior, and I play the alto sax as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm Ayla. I'm playing the piano right now, and I'm going into senior year.
And you guys watch it, high school and college, here they come. And they're gonna take over the world, right? In a good way.
And the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree because she happens to be Tal's daughter.
Can I be prouder? Yeah, okay, enough of this embarrassment. All right, this brings us to our last two tunes, and we're gonna take you one last time, again over the Atlantic, and this time we're gonna end up in Brazil with one of our favorite composers, someone that we almost learned to sing, what? Am I gonna sing? Ah, no, okay, no Brazil, forget it. Okay, think Europe, think cold, Scotland, right? All these beautiful palaces and castles. All right, so no, we're not going to give that up because they just learned the new arrangement for this, and I know that they're not going to forgive me if we want to. Sweet Dreams. So, who wrote Sweet Dreams and what band made it famous? Trivia for you guys. The Eurythmics. I knew it. You guys know it. I'm a child of the 80s, so of course I was a big fan of Dave Stewart and Annie Lennox, the Eurythmics. Annie Lennox is known as a composer and a vocalist, of course, and not to forget about her very bright orange cut, very individualistically red hair or orange hair. And her suits that made a lot of sensational headlines back in the 80s. But apart from that, she's a dedicated philanthropist. And I'd like to share with you a few words that she's talking about why she's doing what she's doing. She started a philanthropic venture called The Circle. And The Circle is all about women and girls empowerment. So here it is in her own words. She said, The Circle came from the notion of women connecting, supporting and inspiring each other to become advocates and change agents through our passion, our skills, and ideas. And she's talking specifically about what she did during the pandemic. The pandemic has shown us that we're all connected, and we all know that is true. We are a global community, and we're asking people to listen to their voices and listen to the voices of all women about standing in solidarity to end oppression, racial injustice, and violence. So we dedicate Sweet Dreams to these beautiful words of Annie Lennox.
Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be of you. Sweet dreams are made of this. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Hold your head up, keep your head up, move it on. Hold your head up, move it on. Keep your head up, move it on. Hold your head up, move it on. Keep your head up, move it on. Hold your head up, move it on. Keep your head up. Come on, get those hands up, here we go. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be of you. Sweet dreams are made of it. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be of you. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Sogno dos, travel the world, travel the world. Sogno dos, sweet dreams. Obrigada.
Candida Rose and our juniors, Layla and Fiona. And Ayla. All right, you recognize that lick? Without that synthesizer, there is no Sweet Dreams. You know that, right? All right, okay. So now we have a couple more songs for you, and we will take you to Brazil to meet one of our favorite composers. We love them all, but this is one that have been with us for a really long time. I think it's been 8 years. What do you guys think? About 8 years for Chiquinha Gonzaga? Yeah, so Chiquinha Gonzaga was born in 1835, okay, and she passed, I believe it was 1937, don't quote me on it, but somewhere along those lines at the beginning of the 20th century or midway through the 20th century. She was, in addition to one of the first composers, women composers of popular Brazilian song like Marchinha, which you will hear in a second. She was also a very passionate activist for ending slavery in Brazil. So we're enchanted with her. She lived in a time where women did not have a lot of say about anything, including getting a divorce. And she was the first one that actually obtained a divorce in Brazil. She was lucky. She was born to a rich family, and her dad allowed her to study music, and she hanged out with all the musicians. And you might know a little bit about the samba schools in Rio de Janeiro and São Paulo. And every year they have a huge competition that those guys, the samba schools, each village, which is a school, works towards for a whole year. And then there's a huge competition, and the honor is substantial if you win. And you could guess that where I'm leading with this, she was the first woman who composed a marchinha who won that particular year. That was 1901. And since then, Abre alas, which means clear the aisles, here we come. And it was literally all of her village and batucada band of musicians came through the stadium, and the audience were looking around to see where's the sound coming from, and they've seen Chiquinha's village coming in and singing top of their lungs, Abre alas que queira passar. And she won Abre alas, and Abre alas is only a second to the national anthem in Brazil. People know it, young and old. So we will, with the help of our juniors and your help, we will start our own Swansea Carnival today. Okay, so be ready. We got percussions for you, okay? And we don't have percussion for everyone because that would be substantial schlep. To cover everybody here, but if you don't get a percussion, we share and we can dance and do the conga line. So let's get the marchinha going. Abre alas, clear the aisle. shakers for you. And the carnival parade is turning the corner and getting softer and softer. That's it. They turn the street. All right. That was Chiquinha Gonzaga's Abriales. So before our very, very last song, which will definitely need those shakers again, we'd like to have a few thank yous, starting with the Swansea Culture Council to support this concert. Let's give them a lot of love because they're doing a lot of good things here. We know it. I looked at the list of the supportees and there's a lot of good stuff that they're doing. Thank you so much, Carol and the Swansea Library, for also supporting this concert and many other concerts that's coming. Thank you. And we have the Swansea Cable TV, is that correct? Thank you for them for commemorating this and sharing it with the rest of the community. I would also like to tell you about our CD, and this is a plug moment, just once, you hear it once. Our CD was recorded in 2019, I believe, and has been going strong. In fact, we have only a few copies left, and I'm on the fence if we should order more physical CDs or not. So they're right there. If you want to take this music home, a lot of the songs we played today are on the CD and many other songs that we didn't get to. We are in the process of coming up with a second CD, which will probably be at the end of 2023, going into 2024. So thank you for supporting us. Please check us out on womeninworldjazz.net and on Facebook, Women in World Jazz. If you like it, tell your friends about it so we can share this information and beautiful music of these women composers with your friends and community. Thank you. So the last song is going to be called, it's called Calypso of Hope. It's a song that I jointly wrote with my colleague Deborah Rocha, who wrote the beautiful lyrics. I wrote the song and the melody of the song, and the message is all about hope that we all feel that we need. We like to finish our performances with this song. And it has a little bridge. Remember that people talked that you sang so beautifully, all the choir and non-choir members? So we like to bring those voices back. You don't have to get out of your seat for this one if you don't want to. You're welcome to if you do. There's motions and singing, but the singing is the important. So how does it go, Candida? Maybe I should, yes. D. Clap your hands.
Clap. 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 Clap your hands.
Clap your hand. That's pretty low. So we're starting with clap your hands. Let's try it. Ready? Clap your hands dance. Oh my God, they're doing it better than I do. How embarrassing. Jump for joy. Jump for joy.
Take a stand.
Take a stand. Lift your voice. Lift your voice. So we're gonna call you to sing nice and loud, and if you want to add some overpowering emotions to it, you're welcome.
Okay, you're actually going to be singing it with us.
Yes, with us.
So this one's not call and response. That was kind of call and response just to teach you, but you're going to be singing it with me. We'll give you the cue. All right.
Clarification. 1, 2, 3.
Let's get those shakers out again. I know it can be. Someday we will all see. Somehow we will learn from our mistakes. We're only human if we can forgive. Truly live and let live. We will know how blessed it is to be so free. Here we go. Clap your hands. Jump for joy. Take a stand. Lift your voice. Oh, sing come on, day. We will capture the day. Tolerance will be along the way.
Layla, hey.
Okay. Ayla, no? Go ahead, Ayla. No? All right, so we're going to introduce the rest of the women in world jazz on all kinds of wind instruments over here, on saxophone and flute and everything, and vocals. Miss Ririka Takushige. On the drums, Miss Diane Gately. On the piano, Miss Ayla Kobe. Our fearless leader. On bass and accordion and vocals, our manager, Ms. Tau Shalom Kobe. My name is Candida Rose. Thank you. Collectively, we are Women in World Jazz. Should I say something? Should I say something? Oh.
All right, now we have juniors. We have two juniors today. We have Steve, Dolly Hightower on saxophone. Yay! And we have Layla Sandra on saxophone too. Yay! And Ayla is no longer junior. She's a regular member.
1, 2. 1. I know it can be. Someday we will all see. Somehow we will learn from our mistakes. We're only human if we can forgive. Truly live and let live. We don't know how blessed it is to be so free. Here we go. Clap your hands. Jump for joy. Take a stand. Lift your voice. So sing come on, baby. We will capture the day. Tolerance will be along the way. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Enjoy your summer, everybody.